A buffer overflow attack is a memory exploitation technique where an attacker writes more data into buffer than it holds, thereby overwriting adjacent memory locations. This attack can be used to crash programs or gain unauthorized privileges. So, what is the buffer overflow attack? A buffer overflow occurs when a program allocates fixed size memory, input exceeds that size, extra data overwrites, return address, function pointers, control data. Why it works? C or C++ do not perform bound checking. Stack stores local variables, return address, overwriting return address changes program flow. Why buffer overflow is dangerous? Can execute attacker's code, can span root shell. This is used in privilege escalations, malware, system compromise. Famous vulnerabilities are Morris worm, Heartbleed, latent memory bug. Buffer overflow attack is about four levels. The level one is preparing the system. The goal of the level one is more ex- make exploitation possible. The command we use is ఏదో ఒకటి చదువు. Disables ASLR, removes stack protection, makes stack executable. The purpose is remove modern security defenses. The level 2 we perform here is vulnerable program execution. To know the output of the level 1, we use sudo bin bash hyphen p. The output is UID is equal 0 root, which is highlighted in the video. The level 2 is vulnerable program execution. The goal of vulnerable program execution is identify the overflow point. Here, so what happens in this vulnerable level 2 is analyzes the stack layout, find buffer size, calculate return addresses. The main purpose is understand memory structure. When we run the command gdb stack hyphen l1, then we get the offset value that is nothing but 0x f f f cs7c plus 300, the which is placed in exploit.py file. The level 3 is exploitation. The main goal of exploitation is redirect execution flow. Here we perform exploit.py and dot slash stack hyphen l1. What happens here is payload contains NOP sled, shellcode, fake return address. Return address overwritten, program jumps to shellcode. Purpose The main purpose of exploitation is gain control of execution. The level 4 is privilege escalation. The main goal is become root. The main actions that are performed here are sudo chmod stack hyphen l1, sudo chown root stack hyphen l1, dot stack hyphen l1 id. What happens here is suid binary runs as root, exploit spawns shell, attacker gets root access. The main purpose of a privilege escalation is full system compromise. The result and output of all the levels are nothing but the UID ID is equals to, when we type ID, we will get UID is equal to 0 and GID is equals to 0. Successful buffer when we return this output, it, uh, it shows that successful buffer overflow, root privilege is gained, Finally, we conclude that is this experiment demonstrates how disabling security mechanisms makes systems vulnerable to buffer overflow attacks, emphasizing the importance of security coding practices and modern OS protections. Thank you.